Whenever you see two companies join together, let's look at Boeing, for example, unchanged, Embraer off 9%. Who needed this deal more?
Well, you would argue Embraer needed it more, but it doesn't look like they got a particularly good end of the equation here. So, look, Embraer is small. They were subscale in this space. Boeing, it's interesting. Boeing had for a long time sort of played down any need to go into the smaller jet business. When Bombardier did the deal with Airbus last year, they said, you know, whatever, we don't need to compete. Now, they've done this deal. They've been talking about it for a while, so the market has been getting socialized towards the idea. And look, it looks like the market perhaps overpriced this. They thought there was going to be a higher number, higher valuation put on this. And there seems to be really, as you say, a lot of disappointment today. Down 10% is not what you want to see as a selling company.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing for sure. What does this mean for Airbus, and what kind of moves do they have left if they want to go out there and make a deal on their own?
Well, really, this was the deal that Boeing needed to do as a defensive step against, or rather a riposte to the deal that Airbus already did with Bombardier. So,
but if you want to keep
ratcheting up, well, there isn't another obvious deal they could do. The difference, if you like, between the Airbus deal and this deal is that the Airbus deal, there was no cost incurred at all by Airbus in doing it. The share price of both companies on the day rose. If you look at this, it's a bit more tricky. Boeing is, as you say, is unchanged. Embraer is down. The other issue here is that the deal is going to take a very long time to close. They're guiding towards the end of 2019. So even if you are a shareholder in Embraer and you're getting some of this cash, you're not looking anywhere until, you know, probably 2020 before you get paid.
And what's interesting is, isn't there another venture that they're looking at where you have to separate out the commercial aspect from the defense industry? And Brazil, we know, uses that a lot for their defense industry. So what does that second venture look like?
So they've hinted at that today, that that's something else they're going to sort of explore without giving a huge amount of detail as to how it will play out. Now, one really interesting aspect, and the defense stuff may well come into play here, is Boeing is a company that has sort of, you know, been praised by Trump as being a great American icon, lots of American jobs. One of the benefits, they cite, of this current Embraer transaction is it will actually reduce some of their manufacturing costs because they'll be able to offshore them to Brazil. So it will be very interesting to see whether Trump continues to be as supportive of Boeing if they are actually going to do what they say they would like to do as part of this transaction.